What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, I'm going to talk about a story that occurred on November 16th, but it made news now because of A, the age of the person that committed this felony, and two, the reasoning behind why he did this, which is not known yet, but it raised a lot of questions of why this even happened. And to this young man you see up here, ladies and gentlemen, the guy you see up here is Emerald Rachel, and he's 13 years old, and he threw his life away for nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy from Cocoa, Florida, out there in Brevard County on November 16th, lured this man, we'll just give you the people, Kelby Miller, 30 years old, to a street with an abandoned house on it, in which he tried to rob him, according to reports, was unsuccessful, and killed this man who's 30 years old. Now, they're going to charge him as an adult, right? And I want you to take a look at this story. I think it's a lot of stuff that's not explained in this story, but also has a couple of lessons to be learned, whether you're 13 years old or 30 damn years old. Let's run it.
Now to our top story. He's only 13 years old, and now he's being charged as an adult. When he should be getting ready to go to bed ahead of a school day tomorrow, he's instead going to be sleeping tonight in a jail cell, waiting for his murder trial. We learned today a grand jury in Brevard County delivered the indictment. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Manny Martinez.
Good evening. I'm Luann Sorrell. Investigators say the teen tried to rob a 30-year-old man, but ended up killing him instead. And Fox 35's Larissa Leone is joining us live in Cocoa tonight. So, Larissa, you spoke to the victim's twin brother.
That's right, Luann. Kelby Miller's twin brother describes him as a man of God, a family man, and his overall protector. He tells me living his life without his twin brother is like missing a piece of his soul.
I would have took that bullet for him. I would have. He's my brother.
For most of his life, Tyler Miller and his twin brother Kelby have been by each other's side.
We've always been kind of connected. We've done everything together for the most part. He's kind of like my soul, you know.
According to the state attorney's office, 30-year-old Kelby Miller drove to an empty house on Bristol Drive in Cocoa to meet with a stranger he had texted over a social media app. Cocoa police say after Miller messaged the stranger that he had arrived, 13-year-old Emerald Rachel walked up to him and tried to rob him, shooting him once in the torso with a .45 caliber handgun. According to court documents, Miller then called 911 saying he was robbed. He was then rushed to the hospital where he died. Tyler shares how he took the news of his twin brother's death.
Man, it was really hard, especially the first few weeks. Man, it killed me. It killed my soul a lot.
The state attorney's office tells Fox 35 video from security cameras in the neighborhood showed Rachel walking back and forth in the area where the meeting was supposed to happen, then running towards where the victim was parked about 2 minutes after Miller texted to say he had arrived. The teen's mom reportedly identified him in those videos.
This makes no sense. He didn't deserve that. He was a good guy.
Rachel was originally charged with manslaughter in this shooting, but the state attorney's office says that charge was not enough. 13-year-old Emerald Rachel is being charged as an adult, and a grand jury has indicted him for first-degree felony murder and attempted robbery. Despite the news of Rachel's charges, Tyler and his family say there is no ruling that measures up to the loss they've suffered.
It'll be some of the first holidays that we will be without him, you know, with us celebrating our family. You know, it's made it a lot more joyful to have around.
And tonight at 11, we will be talking to an attorney about how these serious charges came to be to this minor. Until then, live in Cocoa, Larissa Leone, Fox 35 News.
Okay, now, this thing is heartbreaking twofold. Number one, the man didn't deserve to die, right? According to reports. Two, this 13-year-old should have been in the fucking bed and at home. And I just took the damn thing down. Anyway, right? This guy, let me see if I can grab the article again 1 second. This guy met, now this is the part that's funny right here. Now, they said this happened 10:30 at night, right? This is what it says. It says, the teen identified, because I want to get to a point. Just hold on. The teen identified in new police records as Emerald Tytron Rachel also faces charges of possession and using a firearm during the felony. The shooting unfolded just before 10:30 p.m. on a Sunday night, right? When Miller called 911 reporting he had been shot, officers arrived on the scene, find him suffering from a gunshot wound to the torso. He was airlifted to Holmes Regional Medical Center in Melbourne, where he later died. Now, listen. According to an arrest report, Cocoa police detectives learned that Miller had been communicating with a suspect via a cell phone earlier that day. Although details of the messages are redacted, investigators said another key piece of evidence came from the surveillance footage along A Street. The footage showed a slim male in a hoodie walking back and forth between the shooting scene and a nearby area in the minutes leading up to the gunfire. At one point, the individual is seen falling, and observation detectives later connected to physical evidence. Officers canvassed the neighborhood, ultimately traced the suspect to Rachel's home. His mother, according to reports, acknowledged the similarities between her and her son and the individual captured on video, right? So the mom, identified him. A detective who was taken to Rachel's bedroom found a hoodie stained with blood and dirt, markings consistent with the fall seen on the footage. Gunpowder residue was also discovered on Rachel's hand, though he denied ever possessing a firearm, of course. Emerald did not identify himself on the video and was shown still photos of him before and after the victim was shot and killed, the report states. So it says Cocoa detectives are still working to determine the relationship, if any, between Rachel and Miller and how the teen may have obtained the firearm. Rachel was taken to juvenile court, and the state's attorney's office will now decide whether to charge him as an adult as the investigation continues, which they already came out and are going to charge him as an adult. Now, this is my thing. Sunday night at 10:30, he out there meeting a guy on a social media app. What kind of social media app was it? Think about it. Did you know he was 13 years old? That's another thing. You understand what I'm saying? And this right here goes to show you it's two lessons that should be learned. Number one, you got a young kid trying to do grown-up shit and be grown. What I mean by that is doing slick shit on social media and going out of the house and being in the street Sunday at 10:30 p.m. when his dumb ass need to be in bed getting ready for school. That's the first lesson. And then you got a dumbass on a social media app trying to meet up with somebody. They ain't never say what the reason was. At 10:30 at night, going to a location to meet them in their area, not yours. See the dumb shit? Now, I don't know. Maybe the guy was funny with the money. I don't know. And he was trying to get a casual hookup or whatever the hell it is. But social media, you meet somebody, and my thing is this. You was going to go meet somebody you didn't talk to by phone. Now, they said they got information that they were talking back and forth, but they didn't bring up nothing sexual or any type of relationship. But then again, they ain't going to give all that information out right now. So with what they have right now, it seems like he lured the man there to basically rob him. You know what I'm saying? And couldn't do that. He shot the man, then fell down with the man on the ground, all kind of stupid stuff. Then gets rid of the gun and then runs home, throws his clothes down, and lays in the bed. Mom caught him. Yeah, that's his dumb ass right there. Now he's up there, 13 years old. They know everything there is to do about crime, but they don't know nothing about covering their tracks or taking responsibility when confronted with direct questions. It's upsetting. I don't know why this man was dealing with him. I want to know if they talked on the phone and if he knew this guy was a kid. Because I thought it was like a meeting for like to sell something, to buy something. But they never mentioned that. So, I mean, everything else is just open to opinion. But, I mean, as a grown-up, I'm not going somewhere where I can't control the area or the surroundings. Hey, I'll meet you in a public place in a restaurant. That way, if I get killed, people will see. There'll be witnesses there. He said he pulled up on his house, and it was a big, abandoned house up on a lot. Nah, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. But either way, man, he's 13 years old and he threw his life away. They're going to charge him as an adult. As an adult, at 13 years old, you going in that place where you got a bunch of murderers, predators, liars, scam artists, sex addicts, violent offenders, killers, all that stuff. That's where you want to go. The island of misfit toys, aka the plantation, the penitentiary. That was your aim. Instead of being in the house, in your bed, watching Netflix or something, waiting for your eyes to get heavy and to get up and get your education and go to school the next day, you out there in the street running a crime marathon. And you came in last place so nobody can feel sorry for you. The only thing upsetting about this whole story to me is this boy's 13 years old, and a lot of us wish we could go back with the knowledge and wisdom we have at 13 and how great our life would be with everything that we learned that he didn't get a chance to know. And it wasn't because somebody took it from him. He took it from himself. That's all I got to say about it. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. May this guy, Kelby Miller, rest in peace. I don't know what the motive of him going out there was, but I mean, hopefully it'll come out. I will see you in the next video. Take care.